What is up, guys? My name is Blake. You can call me JMemrex, you can call me Blake, you can call me whatever you want to. You can even call me Daddy. I don't care. We're going to talk about some new Hearthstone Grand Tournament cards. Since they're really only doing one reveal a day and they didn't officially reveal a card today, I was kind of thinking that I really wouldn't have a video to do today about the cards. But I was wrong, because there was a couple revealed in the Korean stream, and then they did actually talk about another new one in an article. So it ended up, because one of them is kind of an extensive card with some cool aspects about it, and my cats are making noise in the background, we get to look a little bit more in depth at it, and we can make a pretty decent video out of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one here. It is called Silverhand Regent. It's a 3-mana 3/3, and it has Inspire, Summon a 1/1 Silverhand Recruit. I don't really know how I feel about this card personally, because I feel like it maybe should have just been a Paladin exclusive card, but from what I can tell, it's just a neutral 3-mana 3/3 with this awesome ability. I think it's a great card, and I think it'll go well in a lot of decks, but I kind of wish it was only for Paladin. I think this card is going to see play. I think it's definitely going to see play in Paladin, because it's gonna go well with a lot of the new Inspire mechanics and the hero power mechanics, and then Quartermaster is just going to be even better. So it's going to strengthen mid-range Paladin, and I don't know, it may strengthen aggro Paladin too. We'll just have to see. But that's Silverhand Regent. I'm excited about that card. It looks pretty good. So let's just go on to the next one. This video is going to be a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be, but it's still going to be alright. So the next one we're looking at is Garrison Commander. It's a 2-mana 2/3, and it says you can use your hero power twice on your turn. So, oh, doggy. So when you think about it, there's the mage card to let you use it any number of times, but you got to remember that's just a mage card. So I think to kind of even that playing field, this needed to be a card, and it needed to not be a 6-mana card. So maybe other classes aren't able to use their hero power any number of times they want, but they can use it twice in a turn. I don't know about it being an epic. I think the mage card is an epic too, so that kind of makes it better. But I think there should be kind of a more common way to compete with the mage card. So I don't know. This is a card that was needed. I'm sure it's going to see play in these Inspire mechanic decks. I don't know if it'll see play in every deck, but it's an okay little 2-drop. It doesn't seem like it's going to be bad at all, and I like it. I think, like I said, I think it needed to happen because of the mage Drake card, which is awesome because it's a dragon, dragon synergies, and then Inspire synergies. It's going to make some cool new mage decks. I can't wait to play with all this stuff. But yeah, this card I think is going to be played. I don't know how much. I think it'll be mostly Inspire mechanic decks, but that's about it. So let's go let's go to the big one here. This is Justicar True Heart. It's a 6-mana 6/3 with Battle Cry. Replace your starting hero power with a better one. Now, the body is nothing to get excited over. It's a 6-mana 6/3, so it's not going to be on the board long. It's going to be easy to kill, and I mean that may be enough to kill this card, but let's go into what it does here. So for the priest, it changes what is it, minor heal to heal, and what it's going to do is your hero power is going to restore 4 health instead of 2. Basically makes just all the hero powers better, as the card said. For Rogue, it's going to basically revert Rogue's hero power back to the original hero power, where you equip a 2/2 weapon. And then with the Poison Blades, I think what it's called, that actually makes it back to the original, where when you hit your hero power, it doubles, or gives it 1+1 instead of replacing it. This one starts out with a 2/2, so you're just better there. Now this is the one that I'm excited about. The next one, I think Shaman is just getting all the love in this expansion so far, and I'm really excited to play some Shaman because it's probably my favorite class. And everybody knows it's just not good right now. So I'm excited for this one. Totemic Slam. Summon a totem of your choice. And on Twitter, they confirmed that this also lets you duplicate totems. So if this card were to stay out for 2 or 3 turns, you could have 2 or 3 Wrath of Air totems, which is awesome. So the Shaman, I think what Shaman, with what it needs in this new totem synergy, I think this card will be ran in Shaman. I think some decks like Priest, healing for 4 isn't really going to do much unless you run like Shadow Form. It could see some play in those decks. For Warrior, I don't think the 2 extra armor's huge. There's some classes that I think it's going to see play in, but others I don't, because the body is so bad. But the next one here is Hero Power, or blah, Warlock, and it is just summon or draw a card. Just plain out, draw a card, no 2 life about it, pay 2 mana, draw a card. I think it may see play in Warlock. But see, one of the things you have to consider here is the chance that it's going to stay on the board. Since it's a 6 mana 6/3, it's not going to stay on the board for a whole turn. So really you can't play it until turn 8. And hopefully you set up a way to protect it. And that's the big issue, is it's a turn 8 play, not a turn 6 play. And you have to be able to protect it once it gets out there. So Warlock, it could see play because it gives you free hero powers, but I don't know. I think this is only really going to see play in a couple of decks, but you know. Like I said with Warrior, 4 hero power instead of 2, I don't think that's really going to matter. I don't think Warrior really cares about that too much. It's got plenty of armor gain already. Paladin is Paladin is one of the decks I think it's going to see some play in, because number one, Paladin can Divine Shield it and just keep it alive a little bit longer. Speaking of being able to keep it alive, Priest has power and shield, but you know, like I said, similar to Warrior, Priest I don't think really cares too much about healing for 4 over healing for 2, because it has plenty of healing built into it. So that's the classes that can really keep it alive. About half of them really don't want to use the card anyway. But Paladin summons 2 1/1 recruits instead of 1. With the 3 mana 3/3 we looked at earlier, and then things like the hero power reduction and playing multiple hero powers, plus Quartermaster, all these mechanics with Paladin and being able to summon 2. So like, let's say you had this card and you somehow finagled that 3/3 onto the board at the same time, and you hero power, you're summoning 3 1/1 recruits for each hero power, and then you could, you know, muster and then slam down Quartermaster, and you've got a full board of 3/3s. So I think Paladin and Shaman are the 2 that I'm expecting to see this card in the most. It's not a great card. What it does is awesome. Like, it's super cool mechanic, but it's not great. So far, the 2 that I expect to see it tried out in the most would be Paladin and Shaman. So then we go on to Mage, and it's Fire Blast rank 2. It makes your hero power deal 2 damage. Now Mage is getting cards, class cards, that let them change their hero power to do more damage. So I don't really see why Mage would even care about running this card. Now given, if this is up with the 2 mana 3/2 with Mage that adds +1, then you're doing 3 damage hero powers, but I don't think Mage really cares about that too much. I think they play those cards, their class cards that are buffing their hero power, and they leave it at that. I don't feel like there's a lot of room for this card in Mage. Of course, you know, there's a lot of cards that we have yet to see, but just going off what we have right now, that's what I'm thinking. Now Hunter, see, with Face Hunter, I don't feel like they want to play this card to get 1 3 damage hero power. I don't think it's something that they care about. It's a slow card. Face Hunter don't care about slow cards. They want to hit face. They don't have a minion generally above 3 mana, so this card is just blah. Now for Control Hunter, like say it's Steam Weedle and this card, then things get interesting when you're running Control Hunter, and then Mid-Range Hunter is a possibility because, like I said in my last video, I think Mid-Range Hunter is really going to get beefy with this expansion and become an actual mid-range deck, because right now it's just kind of, you know, there's two different, there's mid-range and then there's hybrid, but really it's just a hybrid hunter, and mid-range will actually get kind of beefy this expansion and it'll become an actual mid-range deck, and then this card gets a little more interesting, but I don't really think it gets used. So then we go to the last one, which is the Druid Hero Power, and it's just 2 armor plus 2 attack. Druid, I think, could use this card. I don't know if they really want it that bad, but it can definitely be used. So it's a cool card with a really cool mechanic and a really bad body, and that's the gist of it. It's, you know, it's Hemet but better. and I don't know how that's gonna play out. Like I said, I think Shaman and Paladin definitely try this card out. I know I'll try it in both of them, and even then I don't know if it's gonna be good, and yeah, I have my doubts, but I think it works a little. I think it works better in those 2 classes than it does the other 7, and it works a little bit better in Druid than it does the rest of them. But that is it for what we have seen today. From here on out, as far as I know, there's only going to be 1 card a day coming out, so it's going to be a few days between these videos, but I will have gameplay videos from different games, probably mostly Hearthstone, but I will have gameplay videos coming up from just whatever I feel like playing, and those are always fun, but I'm excited about the cards, so probably a whole lot of Hearthstone, but it'll be a few days before we have another card video, but I will always end up posting one and talking about what I think the cards are going to be like. So if you like the video, go ahead and leave a comment, or like it, or subscribe, or whatever you want to do. I like talking to you guys, and I definitely like when you subscribe because I like making new friends. But yes, do all the things, and I will talk to you guys next time.